Alright, so this is me playing a combat shooter game. I normally don't play combat shooters, or at least that's what I thought before making this video. See, normally I'm addicted to good characters and a good story-driven game. But shooters are what got me into gaming in the first place. My first game, for example, was Halo Combat Evolved, and I absolutely loved it. So I thought, why not do a catch-up and see what my current top 10 is? By the way, this is my personal pick, so if you've got your own list, then put them down in the comments below. I will be sure to check them out. And I have to disinclude 5 games that are on screen right now, as I haven't had time to review them, so they could be better than the ones in my current list that you're about to see. I just haven't had a chance to see them yet. So, without no further ado, let's go! Okay, starting off with the first one, this is Overwatch. It comes in at 10th place. I'm going to say this quite clearly. None of these games are bad. All these games that I'm going to recommend are possibly quite good. They're just my personal recommendation order, as I mentioned. But Overwatch was the most difficult to get into and to kind of study about. And I'll explain why. Basically, at the beginning of every round, you've got to choose a different character. You can also switch between characters every time you die and respawn. But one of the things about switching between characters is each character has their own special ability and gun layout. Half the time, it feels very much like a rock, paper, scissors match, seeing what characters you should grab versus what the characters of the enemy are using. However, one of the things I really like about this is it's very sci-fi, which means it can do a lot of sci-fi stuff. For example, there is a game mode where you and your team have to get the robot to the other side instead of making the robot get to your side. So basically what the game mode is you have to get rid of the enemy, and if there's enough players in the robot area and the enemy are not there, the robot will then move to the enemy location. And I quite like that because I haven't seen that done in a game before. I quite like getting into like the battles where it was very full on, and I played as a character that was a healer, and I had a healing gun, and basically I could lock onto one of my teammates and start healing them up. I thought it was quite like a supportive role instead of a straight on into the battle role. I also had a gun where I could also shoot enemies as well, so that was also great fun. When you play this game, you'll also notice that certain characters have special abilities. For example, this particular character I was playing at could fly. It was amazing. I could generally fly around the map for a very short 10-15 second period. And do you know what? It was really good fun to experience that. I was like, wow, this is cool. And also, for those wondering, yes, we did get victory at the end of this match. The next game on our list, and I have to speak a bit louder because we're inside an airplane, this is Medal of Honor Airborne, and we're about to jump out of this airplane. Get ready for it, 3, 2, 1, and you go, okay, that's better, that's nice. Hello, this is Medal of Honor Airborne, and basically, I started to notice as I was playing a lot of these games, they all had kind of like a gimmick about them, something different that the other games didn't have. This particular one was every time you spawn, you're jumping out of an airplane into battle. Literally that. Like every time you do this, you jump out of an airplane into battle. You know, I do like this game. You will see a few older, classicer games on this list. For me, Medal of Honor Airborne definitely fits into that category. I very much used to play this all the time. This was a really good, fun game for me. And yeah, I wanted to include it into the list because you're jumping out of an airplane and you don't see that in a lot of games. One of the things that was a little bit difficult to get used to was the controls. See, there was kind of like this thing where you would have to press a button to duck in and out of cover. It came in handy at some situations, just got difficult to get used to. Otherwise, this would have got a higher place. But yeah, this is definitely deserves the place it gets. This is 9th place. It's a really good fun game. Really still enjoy playing this. And if you get used to the controls, then it's a really good campaign to play. So yeah, there you go. Medal of Honor Airborne. We'll move on to the next game. Alright, the next game that we got on our list, this is your very much classic Call of Duty. They come out every year and they just do what they do. Again, I don't want to put this into a higher place than this. I think 7th place is quite nice. Again, I absolutely love this shooter. It's really fun. It's a really good play. There's nothing really wrong with it, except what you gotta remember this particular year, it's an online co-op campaign, so you can play it single player, but it's designed for co-op. You're gonna have a better experience of this when you play it online. I won't go fully into it. I did make a video about this earlier on this month, so, you know, you can go check that out. It's a Call of Duty 7 review video. I mean, if it was any other Call of Duty, I'd have probably got a higher place, but with Call of Duty 7, it felt very online in co-op and lacked some story, where other games, you know, you'd have been brought to a thing and it felt very cinematic and very story-like, especially like Call of Duty 6. It was really good fun to experience that. But if it's Call of Duty 7, get 8 plates on the list. One of the most surprising games on the list for me to experience was Battlefield 5. I know Battlefield 6 is out. I just wanted to play Battlefield 5. That was the one that I had my eyes set on. And to be honest with you, even though it's not the latest Battlefield out, this is surprisingly really nice when it comes to graphics. I mean, everything felt very real and I really enjoyed it. I mean, even the prequel missions just to lead up to the main game, which is pretty much all I'm going to show you, I was literally in a tank in the second mission. And honestly, if you play this, you'll be like, oh my, this is incredible. This feels nice. This feels real. This feels explosive. This feels fun. And then I was a sniper trying to sniper down enemies that were miles and miles away, and that was also good fun. And I really enjoyed doing all these little prequel missions. But the best one of all was flying through the air. Yes, I know this is war, and I know that everyone's trying to shoot each other down, but you know, you've got to admit, this is beautiful. In fact, that's what Battlefield is. Battlefield is terrifying and beautiful all at the same time. What an incredible sight to see. Just the clouds as you're drifting on by. Oh my goodness. This is Battlefield, and there are games that get higher places on this, but this is one of the most beautiful games on the list. Battlefield 5 gets 7th place. Moving on to the next game. All right, so this next game, this is Valorant. And honestly, it's a very, very 5-on-5 team deathmatch. I think there might be some other game modes you can play, but it's the 5v5 team deathmatches that I was doing. And, it was nice. There was a map. It was a very small map that you had for a Battlefield. I very much liked the shooting inside this game. It felt very fun, very easy to get used to. I was able just to go around, shoot loads of enemies, move on to the next one, all that kind of stuff, and try not to die. Again, I had a few different side powers that I could use in the middle of it, which was quite fun to do. But yeah, overall, it felt very fun to play. At the start of every round, you get a different set of weapons that you can choose from. So go and select the weapons that you would like particular match, and then try and shoot down and take down as many enemies as possible without trying to die yourself. Certain characters will have certain abilities, like for example, someone here put off a flame wall where you can't walk past without getting damaged. I got very close to scoring a point once. I set up a bomb at A, and I was able to place that, and then I was going to go around the wall for a defense, but I got shot really quickly without noticing, which will happen in about 3, 2, 1. But yeah, that's Valorant. That gets 6 plates on my list. All right, this next game, this is Rainbow Six Vegas 2, one of my favorite games of all times. And this is basically where you play as the Rainbow Squad, which is you and 2 other people, where you take down terrorists that are currently held up in Las Vegas, Nevada. You basically control your squad and yourself, and you have to send them in to take down enemies, mark them wherever they're at, and decide how to breach in different locations. For example, if you want to breach in a nightclub, you do this. I very much like this game because it's got one of the things that I absolutely love. It's got that cover shooter experience. You've got loads of different tactical stuff. You can have different colored vision. You've got a map where you can see the enemy. It's got so much stuff packed into this game. You generally feel like you're part of this tactical shooter with all this stuff to support you. It's a really good playthrough. The only reason that I'll give it any low marks, and the reason why it doesn't get a higher place on my list, is just generally because it's old and it kind of needs a new makeover. It needs like a remaster or something. This is one of the best Rainbow Six games that I've played, and it's just brilliant on all levels, and I absolutely love it. I just wish they'd remake this because this is something that I would love in a first-person shooter story game. It's brilliant. Anyway. we'll move on to the next game. All right, calling all you Fortnite fans. This is Apex Legends, and honestly, I was really surprised to see what this game actually is. It is basically very, very similar to Fortnite. You glide down with your team. By the way, I'm not controlling my character. The person who is the gliding master, the team leader, will control the gliding down, and then you can kind of break off when you get closer to the ground. You can just break off anyway and choose your own location, or you can do what I'm doing right there. We all land down as a team together, and the leader controls where you land. Again, you go in, you pick up weapons, you see what's available to you, you decide the weapons that you want, and then you kind of use them to shoot back at the enemy. Again, for those of you who play Fortnite, you'll be very used to this and not used to this at the same time. For example, you know the rules of the world. The game is set on a big open world map where you and your team have to try and survive and take down the enemy, all while trying to avoid the storm. But at the same time, you also have to get used to the guns and the new layouts and the new feel to the game, and the fact that you're in first person, not third person. Yeah, it comes with similarities and differences. Anyway, that's Apex Legends, and that's 4th on my list. One of the games that I really enjoyed having fun with for a single-player game was this game right here. This is Titanfall. I love being able to run and jump and climb everything, and then just shoot the enemy. It was really fun to play this game. Then you get to have your own Titan, where you get to drive and battle the enemy. You get these big guns that go with it, and you get to take on other Titans. Oh, you just feel like a beast with this on, and it's really good fun. It just changes the feel and the way you play this game. It's really good fun. I mean, I just love the way games like this change the way the game plays. So, for example, half the time you're driving a full-on overpowered Titan, and then the other half of the time you're a ground trooper that's just destroying all the enemy. It's brilliant, and I absolutely love it. Again, this game right here, this is generally one of my favorite games. This is Halo Combat Evolved. This is number 2 on the list. Such a good game. You go in. There are other people inside this game, so you're not the Master Chief by himself. You've also got Katana, who's also in your headset. But basically, you just go into places, you shoot the hell out of aliens, yes, save people and stop the aliens from destroying the galaxy. Again, what more do you want in a game? You, assault rifle, battling the enemy. What's not to love? Honestly, what's not to love? It's perfect. Such a classic game. And also there's aliens involved, so you do get to use alien weapons as well if you need to. Again, this is just a very simple shooter. There's nothing too difficult about this game. It's a fun one. If anything, this is just a fun game. It's got quite a nice story to it as well. And yeah, it's just good. It's nice to see what they invented back in 2001. They invented this whole world, all these characters, this whole story. And this was invented ages ago. I mean, this is like a full-on game. I would have expected to be made more today's standard, but no, it's not. It's classic, you know, and they made one of the best games of all times, at least in my opinion. Anyway, there you go. That's Halo Combat Evolved. Tell me what you think. We'll move on to number 1. Number 1 has to be this. This is Fortnite. It's very classic. You know what this is. Basically, you're running around a map, trying to avoid the circle from closing in, grabbing health kits, grabbing guns, grabbing weapons, and trying to be number 1 on the game. Or, well, trying not to die. One of the things about this game is it has a thing called a battle pass, which allows you to unlock different things within it. And the purpose of it is to level up so you gain the whole battle pass. There are 3 ways to get a battle pass. Number 1 is Fortnite Cruise. Very nice and simple. When you sign up to Fortnite Cruise, you get battle pass included. The next way is to spend V-Bucks to get battle pass. You can do that by getting money that you get within game. Or the final one is to actually just click on the V-Bucks that you can unlock within the 3 items on the battle pass. And also, another inclusion is some of the stuff that you get in Battle Pass will be characters from things you may know of real life. So, for example, currently the one that you're watching is The Simpsons, where you get to play as Homer Simpson from The Simpsons series. But the best way to play is basically it's you or your team, and there are 100 players inside the game, and you're there aiming to be #1. So that's kind of what you have to do. And if you win, you get Battle Royale, a Victory Royale, and you get to celebrate that win. So yeah, awesome. Congratulations if you did that. That is Lewis right there. That is the person who happens to run this channel. So yeah, awesome. I love getting a Victory Royale. Anyway, that's the video for you right there. If you did enjoy it, please don't forget to comment. Tell me what your favorite combat game is, and I'll see you guys very soon on another Jump Inside Gaming video. Goodbye. Hey, thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, then please don't forget to consider to like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on another Jump Inside video. Goodbye.